What is up, Drop Pass Nation? Today I have a water box deck to show you guys, or how some of us on the team here say we call it water boys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just say what the strategy behind the deck is, like what its accomplishments are, stuff like that. This deck's been picking up a lot of steam, mainly because I think it won nationals in Germany, and the whole core strategy behind the deck is really cool. It really kind of attacks with a different attacker given each different situation in the game. So it's kind of got a it's kind of got a mid to high learning curve, because you just have so many different options with this deck. With your energy mobility and energy switch, and also just your acceleration with max elixir. So just to give you the gist of what this deck does, is that for the you attack with Quaking Punch for the most part, doing like 30 to 40 damage with a Fighting Fury belt on your Seismitoad, and then you finish him off with a Grenade Hammer, or you could just stream grenade Hammers over and over again, doing 140 damage every turn, while tanking damage with 220 HP on your Seismitoad with a Fighting Fury belt. Manaphy gives you mobility in this deck, because every Pokemon that has a water energy attached to it has free retreat. So with this deck, you have the ability to like Quaking Punch, take a hit, retreat to another Seismitoad for free, and then heal with Rough Seas over and over again while you're continuing the Quaking Punch, or you're taking prizes with Grenade Hammer. So the strategy behind this deck is actually more to outlast your opponent, not necessarily like out damage them. So you're trying to you're trying to find the best attacker for each situation. In addition to that, you're trying to tank damage and not get knocked out. So you see we have Glaceon in the deck as well, because this deck will just single-handedly shut down decks that have evolutions, any Mega Pokemon deck, or like the Vespiquen deck or something like that. Regice has a lot of uses. It's really good in the dark Garbodor matchup, because almost all of their attackers are EXs. So if you use Resistance Blizzard, your Regice is immune to damage, which is really nice. Manaphy, it's in there just for free retreat, but its Mineral Pump ability or attack is incredibly useful in the Trevenant matchup, because you'll do 60, you'll heal 30 off all your bench Pokemon that, Trevenant stacks up damage with Silent Fear with. And Articuno is like your best finisher in the deck. It also really helps in the Night March matchup, because you take two prizes with this thing instead of just one prize when this knocks out something. Its energy cost is really high, but with 3 energy switch and max elixir and an attachment every turn, and the fact that your energies stay in play because you're not getting knocked out, it should really be help. It shouldn't be that hard to get ready. So can you imagine like Lysandering, like let's say a Bronzong, if you're facing metal, you Quaking Punch it so they can't play a switch, they can't play a Float Stone, they can't retreat, and then you finish it off with Articuno. You retreat for free to Articuno, then Tri-Edge for knockout. It's really nice. I've actually won games with this deck by only taking 2 knockouts with Articuno. Uh, my most, the one that I remember the most is Lysandering like a Regirock, and then Quaking Punching it over and over again when my opponent was like dead drawing after I judged them, and then finishing off with Articuno, and then Articuno taking a hit, with 160 HP with the Fighting Fury belt. And then I just did it again with I just retreated Articuno, sent up Seismitoad, and I did that again. So um, I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play this deck here in a moment. Um, I don't think I really need to explain anything else in the deck list. 4 Max Elixir are pretty standard. Start on the Megaphone, mainly there for Garbodor, because that's actually getting popular, and to wipe out any Fighting Fury belts, Float Stones, and stuff like that. Another strategy that you could do is that if your Toads have a lot of damage on them, you could always Lysander something with a high retreat cost and Quaking Punch it to stall until you heal off all your damage with Rough Seas. That's a strategy I've used quite a bit. Super Odd, get back your energies because you're going to be discarding a few. Judge. So Judge is in here. You don't have to play it. If you don't play it, then you could probably fit in a 4th Sycamore and like another card. Judge is really nice that you could like Judge then Quaking Punch. because you could actually get a turn 1 Quaking Punch fairly easy with this deck. It happens about half the time in my testing. So if you judge your opponent, then Quaking Punch them, it really limits their options. And then you could easily just attach a third energy and then Grenade Hammer for a knockout, just to get a really cheap KO. So 4 FCs instead of 3, mainly because of Trevenant, because they really don't like this card, so you really should be playing a lot of copies of it. Plus, the deck really relies on having 4 of these things, or really relies on just having these out. 12 energy seems like a lot, but it means that you will probably be hitting your max elixirs almost every turn. Possible suggestions to cut: if you don't like Judge, I would cut one for a Sycamore, and then I would cut another one probably for another Regice, because Regice is just so powerful in a lot of matchups right now. Because almost a lot of the attackers in this current format are EX based. So the only other problem with this deck is that it kind of has a weird Night March matchup. Not so much that it's a bad one, it's just kind of 50-50, I'd say. It really depends on if you get a Fighting Fury belt on your Seismitoad, because then you're at 220 HP, and then you Quaking Punch, you item lock them, which means they can't get back their energies. You can always retreat to another Seismitoad, item lock them again with a Fighting Fury belt. It means that they can't one-shot you, and then they also can't remove your Fighting Fury belt, because they might play like one copy Zero Sick, they're probably not going to draw it. It's just a really weird matchup. Well, you have Articuno too, which could help finish them off to help you with a prize exchange. So it's just it just takes a lot of thinking, but I think most players would say that this deck has a favorable Night March matchup. But yeah, so I guess I'll go right into playing a couple games for you guys. So, all right, all heads here. Our opponent's looking very festive. I will go first. One. Let's see what our opponent plays. It's probably Trevenant. Hoopa. I saw Psychic Colorless. This might even be Megalakazam or something like that. Why do my hands have to always be awful? Let's go ahead and hit the energy switch. Play this. Elixir here, just to get an energy out of the deck. And of course I with it. Sycamore. Okay, so attach here. Play that. Get rid of these two. Get Hoopa. Actually, I don't even need Hoopa. I couldn't even get Hoopa even if I wanted to. Get Toad. Play Toad. Play the Elixir. There's an energy for once. Shaman. Draw 5. Okay, patch there, patch that, and I don't know what he's going to be doing, so I'm just going to retreat anyway and just do that. Let's see what kind of deck this is. Hoopa starts really promising for us. 2 Hoopas. Is this a Hoopa deck? Oh, that's Mewtwo again. Oh. Oh no. Well, play one of those. Play one of these. And do I have a judge in here? I do. Let's get the judge Quaking Punch. I mean, there's already a fat Pokemon active for us to chew through here. Alright. Now I wonder what kind of Mewtwo deck this is. Let's get the Rough Seas down. That. Get another Toad ready to go. And let's go ahead and Quaking Punch. I shouldn't have even got the Rough Seas. I didn't think I had one in my hand. So what's powerful here is that if I get like an energy or something, I could like just grenade hammer this guy and just start off with 2 easy prizes. Which is pretty big. But I think I'm okay with just Quaking Punching over and over and over again. Because at this point, I think I pulled off the strategy of making him draw bad poorly. Which is what Judge Quaking Punch will do. There's an energy. Smeargle. Alright. Oh, perfect. So, Mega Mewtwo's attack goes through Glaceon. Well, that's bad shit anyway. Leave the Sycamore there. Now, I could Grenade Hammer, but I think I'm better off just continuing to Quaking Punch. I don't think he's drawn. He might draw out of it though. Who knows? I'm just gonna Quake. Yeah. Steve, I think the hardest decision with this deck is when to Quaking Punch and when to Grenade Hammer. Okay. I think that's the toughest decision with this deck. Oh. There's the Mega Evolution. Dump that. Play that. Let's go ahead and Quaking Punch. Alright, so now that that just happened, I'm probably going to go for the Quaking Punch here. Or I'm probably going to go for the Grenade Hammer. And then next turn, Lysander the other Hoopa, Quaking Punch, Grenade Hammer again. Alright, perfect. Chances are he doesn't even have like an energy or anything, so let's do that to the Articuno. And let's Grenade Hammer. Do these two. Alright. 230 HP, that's beefy. So he's not going to knock us out this turn, and I really honestly don't want to deal with this Mega Mewtwo. So I'm just going to go Lysander, the other Hoopa, Quaking Punch, Grenade Hammer again, and then hopefully I could just Lysander again, the Shaman and Grenade Hammer that and try and win that way. It's a really uninteresting deck to play against, but he can't even Vanishing Strike me. I don't know what he expects to do. Oh wait, yeah, he can. Psychic, fighting. Okay. He's gonna do like 150. I'm just gonna retreat and heal. I don't know why he didn't just attach that there. But okay, whatever. 200 damage. Oh yeah, it does one. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and heal. Retreat to the other, and then Lysander, the Hoopa, and oh man, I'm gonna have to Quaking Punch twice. That's okay, because I need the time anyway to heal this Seismitoad on the bench. So I'm gonna do the Quaking Punch again. He can't retreat this thing unless he has like an AZ or something in his hand, which would really suck for me if he did. And then Grenade Hammer for knockout. And then I got game in hand after that. This is such a difficult deck to play against. Like it's actually pretty decent, but like if you face any Mega Ray or Night March, you just lose. Like whatever. That. Quaking Punch again. And let's nail the Grenade Hammer. At least he's not gonna one-shot us. Oh wait, yeah, he's gonna one-shot this Toad, but like he's not gonna one-shot. Or well, never mind. Forget I said that. He's gonna one-shot this Toad. Perfect. Just what we needed. Rough Seas again. And you notice I've healed this thing like 90 damage. Pretty sweet. Alright, so now at this point, like, I could either... I don't know. This thing could, like, knock out this for, like, 2 prizes too, but... let's make us end-proof. I don't want to get end to nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump those two. Get nothing with it. Let's keep the mail. So, that's called deck thinning. I'm sure, like, you've heard of that before in other games, and if you know what I'm talking about, don't even listen to me right now, but... because I'm probably going to get... If I get end this next turn, which is a possibility, I want to draw only cards that'll help me win the game right now. So if he does not end me this turn, I win the game, because I have 2 ways... Yep. And that's game. I'll promote this Toad. So I hope you guys kind of understand, like, how this deck, like, the item locking and all that other stuff, like, it really makes it difficult for your opponent to win. Plus the Quaking Punch Grenade Hammer combo. Really useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to game 2. Alright, this looks interesting. Psych, Fire, Dark, colorless crap. Okay, well, he's probably gonna go first. This hand is okay. I should have promoted the Manaphy. Oh well, do that. See what happens. Oh. Oh, okay. So, strategy here, attack with Regice. Attack with Regice a lot. This Regice go in here. I don't want to end him. Let's go ahead and get the Shaman. Fighting Fury Belt to Regice, so it can't get one hit with an Emerald Break if he does not have a Skyfield out. Or if he, yeah. Does not have a Skyfield out. What a load of crap. What are bad matchups for my deck? Vespiquen Night March. Do this. Alright, now let's really, really hope that he doesn't just, like, go nuts and destroy that Regice right now. Like, okay, there's the burn. And I think I practically win the game. I don't need to do anything in my hand. Koopa. Koopa's probably gonna get some shamans. Mega Ray, Shaman, yep. Yeah, so Mega Ray won Canadian Nationals. Or no, Metal won Canadian Nationals, but Mega Ray was that? Or no, I don't know. They were both in the finals. But, like, Waterbox is a really strong play going into Nationals, I think, because it really does, like, Mega Ray has such a hard time doing anything against Regice. The only thing it really do is, like, Lysander around it or something like that. Which with N and with the stadium getting replaced and all that other stuff, it could be really hard for them to do anything about that. Card's gone. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and Rough Seas. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop up my Shaman. And just keep attacking. I think I slowly want to start scooping up my EXs. That way he can't knock them out. And take prizes that way. But I don't think that's actually going to happen. But there's no reason for my Shamans to be on the bench right now. So I hope you guys could, like, see the toolboxy nature of this deck. That, and it's just a really good deck, because you keep your energies in play, and they never really, like, disappear. Like, they just always stay in play. Like, you'll always have them. Unless you get knocked out, you know, but... Do I have a Lysander? I do have a Lysander. I'm going to Lysander that Mega Rayquaza. See if he scoops. So, I've got, like, these toolboxy attackers that don't let your opponent attack you, and I also have, like, you know, probably one of the best attackers in the game right now is Toad, and I don't think any deck uses Toad as well as this one does, with the Rough Seas, Elixirs, Energy Switch, Free Retreat. Like, they enable Toad so much right now. And the Fighting Fury belts. Alright. Oh, and by the way, Lysander stalls don't really do much to this deck, because you just do that and retreat for free. Let's go back to what you were doing. Shoot, I could even... Yep, without fail, I will always miss a Max Elixir. That... Fortunately, I can't use the Rough Seas because he has that Ninetales down, but I'll just grab it anyway, get out of the deck, and go back to Resistance Blizzarding, so... Another Lysander stall. Man, he really wants it. There's like so many different cards I could draw right now that'll get me out of that, though. any energy switch. That's 2 that I've missed with 12 energy in the deck. That's really not common. Do that. Do this. Retreat for free. And go back to Resistance Blizzarding. So now I want to retreat and finish this sucker off with a Quaking Punch. Or actually, if I get an energy switch or something like that, like finishing it off with an Articuno would be best. He's just promoting everything he can. Oh. Oh, now he has no options to. Oh, I don't think that was a good choice on his part. So now my strategy with what he just did, is the Verse Seeker. Well, unless he retreats, like is the Verse Seeker for like a Sycamore and try and get this Articuno rolling. I do only have 1 energy switch left in the deck. I've got 6, 7 energies in one of the pile, which means I have 4 left in the deck. I don't know, I could end the game next turn, because they only need to hit 1 heads. So he's banking on that Zoroark, knocking out this Regice. So let's do that. Let's just go ahead. I don't think I need any of these toads. Let's go ahead and go all out for this right now. Energy switch. Energy switch, 1 on my last 7 cards. No. Oh, I could have grabbed... Oh, man, I could have grabbed the Ultra Ball. And then super rided back in my Shamans. Oh, well. I'm better off doing that. He isn't going to knock out my Regice with this. He's doing 10, 40, 70, 100, 130, and I have 160 HP. He'd have to hit, like... He would have to hit a fighting... He would have to hit a Megaphone, too. And even then, I think I still have game. Because I've just got so many different attackers here that I could attack with. Okay, the end of 1. I deliberately did not bench more Pokemon. Yep, there's the Mind Jack. So I'm doing 80 damage back. I only need to take 1 prize. So let's go ahead. Verse Seeker for Sycamore. Let's do it. I've got more Verse Seeker. I've still got more, energies in the or cards left in the deck. There's my energy switch. So I could attach here. I got Grenade Hammer. I could win this game. Grenade Hammer. Yep. GG. Oh, that's the deck, guys. So if you like the video and if you like the content, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, or if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. I've been testing this deck quite a bit, and I think I have the list pretty perfected. I would not really change much with this list, except for if you want to cut Judge. You can maybe cut a Rough Seas for another Regice and keep Judge. That's up to you, but personally I do enjoy... I know Russell Lepar played Judge, and I honestly like Judge in the deck, so make sure you guys subscribe and like and leave a comment or message me, or whatever. And I hope to see you guys at Nationals.